somebody is going with the key. I have to take the lock off. They're going to get me a cup of tea. I don't have a number for them. The guard has just spoke to me. He said she's only doing the job. I understand that. And she's coming back. She wants to speak to someone, I'd say higher up. And I have to have the lock taken off. Breathless, feeling very unwell, and I have very bad sinus infection, headaches, and an upper respiratory tract at the same time. So I spent a middle of summer confined to my home, only going out when it was strictly necessary. And I actually asked this summer.
Yeah, it was very heavy chemtrails this summer.
Yeah, I actually asked someone to have a gas mask, and I think they thought I was joking. And I think this is genocide. Our government is publicity. And they think they can do everything now with the Lisbon Treaty. I'm sorry, they cannot commit genocide. And the people need to wake up and look up. And they don't have to take my word for it. Just look at people my age and younger. How many people have complained all summer, flu-like symptoms? I know, certainly the neighbours I know, they have been ill. Nosebleeds onwards. It's in the upper respiratory tract. I believe one of the chemicals, barium, I might not be pronouncing it right.
Barium, yeah.
It is turns your lungs to orange.
Tonight, one woman says the government's own data shows the chemicals are showing up in our drinking water. Her conclusion, those same chemicals, barium and aluminum and others, are showing up in water supplies across the state, spiking, sometimes above standards set by the Department of Health.
Cockroaches, and it was really my health and the health of my neighbours and my family. I'm actually in broken article 41, my right to life. I have it here to show you if you want to.
There is a growing citizens movement demanding an explanation of chemtrails.
And I talked to my NSA buddies at Fort Carson, Peterson Air Force Base, and Buckley, where I was actually their doctor taking care of the pilots flying and spraying the chemtrails. So I know it's real. If anybody says it's not real, they're full of it.
The top, I don't care, I have the rest of it on my plate. Thank you, guard. I know you're only doing your duty. I was one of you one time.
get your last loan here changed at all? What were you, 20 minutes or so?
Yes. I don't know. I was the first approached by the Garda. I don't know. I did it a bit early because they've done it anyway now. They've left the chain. I think it's there, is it?
It's not the same as conducting some localized test for some defensive project. This is open air operations. It's not a test. This thing is in place.
You okay?
Yes, thank you.
All right. As I say, if you have any problems, you shout. If you're feeling unwell or anything, just tell the guard and we'll organise something.
I do have a medical problem.
Okay, that's fine.
And this is not helping me.
It didn't start till about 1996. Exactly. And, growing up my whole life, a condensation trail disappeared, the 20 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes. And now it can be in the summer at like 4,000 feet, and there's these big clouds behind jets. Some jets leave a trail behind them. Other jets at the same flight level, same altitude don't. And, instead of just getting into are they spraying us or what's changed in the jet fuel or what's changed in the atmosphere, there are tens of thousands of declassified admissions under different programs where different Pentagon programs, different agencies of the government have tested chemical, biological, and radiological agents on the American people.
Well, many of the planes that we're seeing here in Abilene will actually turn whatever they're spraying on and off right before our eyes. I mean, you'll see a plane up there flying like normal, and then all of a sudden it starts spraying. We've seen them fly off into the distance and then loop around and fly back again. These are not your typical planes with a preordained path destination from city to city. Someone needs to explain to me why do they stop traveling in one particular direction and then loop around and come back again. They perform this behavior so many times that we start seeing the tic-tac-toe grids in the sky. We're witnessing the giant X's. And I mean, Rosalind, when you and I grew up, these contrails naturally dissipated in a few seconds or perhaps a minute max. But these things expand, they grow bigger, and before you know it, the entire sky is overcast.
That's correct. And we know from the FAA records that the jets from commercial airlines fly in straight lines, and coming across our county, there aren't many, and they stay mostly in certain patterns. The jets that we see leaving the persistent jet contrails move in directions that normal jets wouldn't fly because it would use too much fuel and put them off schedule. And the jets that we see here do loops. We've got pictures of them looping the same X's and crosshatches. But I believe that some of that, not only are they looking for keeping something in the air almost all the time, but we feel that some of the markings are to mark the start and stop areas for their programs so that they can watch their experiments either from satellite or the ground.
Could a strange substance found by a southwest Arkansas man be part of a government test? Well, that's the question at the heart of a phenomenon called chemtrails, now getting widespread attention.
Oh, it covered the entire Cedar Glen area.
A cloud of dust, leaving a sticky yellow slime all over her car. And calls began pouring into the local Alpenhorn newspaper.
A lot of eye infection problems, upper respiratory problems, nosebleeds.
The nearby March Air Force Base say it didn't come from them. Others said it was a pollen cloud.
You see him spraying that chemtrail? Yep. Good thing we're above it. I know. Otherwise we'd be dead right now.
Somebody is going with the key. I have to take the lock off.